Marketing has a marketing problem, right? A lot of times marketing is associated with advertising.
Yeah.
Right? And that is the most visible part of marketing, but there is so much more to it.
Yeah.
And it involves products, it involves prices, it involves saying where you want the whole setup to be, what your back end should be, how do you deal with your suppliers, how do you deal with people within the firm. And it's all about saying when, where, how, why, identifying these opportunities, creating the demand, delivering the demand. So there's so much more to it. And look, when you talk to firms, they're all doing it, but they just don't associate that with marketing per se. Right? And that is essentially the issue, right? It's the marketing process. And I think marketers should talk about the marketing process and how it's a part of your life now. Right. As opposed to saying this is what a marketer does. One of the things that students realize after coming to ISB is they get shocked with what marketing is and the amount of quantitative knowledge that goes into marketing.
Right.
Because everybody's thinking, oh, it's creativity, it is all of that. And I tell them in today's world, right, it's process, it's essentially a factory thing, right? I set up all my tools, I set up my journeys, everything else. And then it's all about monitoring KPIs and saying what works, what doesn't work.
Data.
Now, data.
So much of data work.
Yeah, so much of data.
Before, during, after, everything.
Yeah, and you've seen that as well, right? And I keep telling them, look, your perception of marketing no longer exists. Okay, and that used to be the case long ago. But today's modern marketing is on the go.
Yeah.
It's agile, it's dynamic, it responds to a lot of different things that people are asking. And it's essentially a part of, I think of it as the life of the firm. Right? And you may not want to call it marketing, but you're doing it.
Correct.
I keep telling them, look, I don't want everybody to get into the nuances of marketing. We will have experts who are very good at, let's say, an SEO or an SEM, coming up with social media campaigns and everything else. But you need to know the purpose and you need to know what it is actually doing to change or influence your firm's activities. Right? And that is the strategy part of it. And if you're not set up in certain ways, you're going to lose that. And this is part of how I think business is also changing, right? I think there is no more, I think this departments and setting up these silos is a forced concept. It is organizationally efficient, but not efficient in the way firms should operate now.